The Federal Reserve will not back down from its fight against inflation even though aggressive moves to slow the economy will inevitably bring pain to households and businesses nationwide, the central bank's chief said Wednesday as the bank raised interest rates yet again. "We have got to get flat. I wish there were a painless way to do that. There isn't." The message came after the central bank raised rates by 0.75 percentage points for the third time this year and released new economic projections showing a significant slowdown in the economy later in 2022 and 2023. "People are suffering from high inflation, especially more vulnerable households," Powell said, "and they'll ultimately suffer more, and for longer, if the Fed flinches in its commitment to pulling prices back down. That could mean a recession, job losses, higher credit costs or other unknown consequences." But Powell said letting inflation continue would be worse and that delay is only likely to lead to more pain. The bank's new projections, including for meager economic growth and rising unemployment, indicate that officials expect their year-long campaign to raise interest rates will have its intended effect soon. But Powell also said the Fed would keep at it until it's done and gave no indication that the bank is ready to ease up on its policies. "What they don't want to be doing is halfway fighting inflation now, and then backing off and having to do it again when higher inflation expectations have become. That would be very painful." This month's rate hike was the fifth of the year, and the third consecutive three-quarter-point hike. Such an increase would have been considered outlandishly large until recently. But the Fed has been in a race to push rates past the neutral zone of roughly 2.5%, where rates don't slow or juice the economy, and into restrictive territory that dampens consumer demand. The Fed's benchmark interest rate now sits between 3% and 3.25%, and officials expect it to cross 4% by the end of the year, well into what's considered restrictive. That rate doesn't directly control rates for mortgages and other loans, but it influences how much banks and other financial institutions pay to borrow, which helps drive loan pricing more broadly. The sharp rate hikes also reflect central bank officials' missteps in identifying the threat inflation posed to the economy. The Fed held off on raising rates last year, with Powell and other top Fed leaders saying they believed that the slow creep in inflation throughout 2021 would be temporary.